studio. Today I'm leaning on a pile of beautiful custom-made panels. These are 10 inches by 10 inches, and they have a built-in drop-in frame. I got these from Barra Wood Shaping up in Eugene, Oregon. I highly recommend them for panels. Very, very high quality workmanship that they do. I often paint on large scale, and I tell my students, put your body into the work. What size feels good in relationship to the way your body moves? When I was much younger, my paintings were huge, 15 feet wide, 7.5 feet high. I'd throw them on the ground and scoot all around and bend down and pick them up and flip them over and put them on the wall. That was nothing to me. Now that I am a little more mature, it's a little too much for me to handle. I still like to paint large. And the way I get around that is I'll often do triptychs. That each panel is smaller. I can handle it. I can manage it. So feel your own physical response to the piece you're working on. Are you exerting yourself way too much, or are you really restricted by little tiny pieces and it has nothing to do with your expression and who you are and how you move and how you breathe? Why would I have 12 10-inch by 10-inch panels? This is a little unnatural for me, and there's a very good reason. I'm having a show in December that I'm preparing for, and people will walk into the gallery and they'll see my large, luscious paintings and they'll say, "Oh, I just love this work. I don't have the room for it, and I don't have the budget for it." So I want to give them the option of purchasing a smaller work. And because I have 12 of these, I may group them in a big grid of 12 10 by 10s, or I may break it into two groups of 6 and 6 10 by 10s. Either way, they're going to make a statement because they're all together. They're occupying space on the wall. I'll do them in series so they'll look great together. So that's how I'm going to do it. And for today, I want to talk to you a little bit about pricing. Everyone asks me about pricing, and I price per square inch. In other words, I will say this is 10 inches by 10 inches. I'm going to go 10 inch by 10 inches, 100 square inches times however many dollars I'm going to charge per square inch. How do you determine how many dollars to charge per square inch? It has to do with your experience, possibly your education, your sales records, your gallery representation, prestigious shows you've been in, residencies that you've been accepted into. So the more your resume is built up, the more you're going to charge per square inch. As a beginner, a real dabbler who has not done much painting at all in your life, no sales records, no website, no gallery representation, you just started it, you're going to charge probably between 25 cents and $1 a square foot, right? Or a square inch, excuse me. So you go 10 by 10, 10 inches by 10 inches, that's 100 square inches, times 25 cents per square inch is $25. You may charge 25 to maybe up to 100 per square per painting for a 10-inch by 10-inch. As you gain more experience as a painter, as you have some gallery representation, some sales records, some prestigious shows, maybe you've gotten a little website together, you may get into the range of, $1 to $2 per square inch. As you become more advanced in your career, you may be charging $2 to $3 per square inch. And for a very seasoned artist, you may be charging $4, $5, $6, $7 per square inch. So it all is going to depend on your level of accomplishment. Another thing to keep in mind is the market in your area. Also, your colleagues with a similar number of years of experience, the similar gallery representation experience, sales experience. So I look at my colleagues that have been around about as long as I have, doing it as long as I have, sales records similar to mine. We show in similar galleries, similar venues, and I'm going to see what they're charging for their paintings. And I'll calculate it. I'll go into a show and I'll go, this is a 36 by 36 and they're charging X number of dollars. And I divide that by, dollars per square inch to see what they're charging. And that gives me an idea of where I am on that continuum. You want to keep your prices consistent. That is to say, if you're selling in a gallery, do not sell your work for less at your open studios. Or if you're in a very prestigious gallery and then you're in the state fair, you can't charge less at the state fair than the gallery. If you do, you're doing a disservice to your gallery. Galleries work very hard for you, and they spend their life meeting collectors, cultivating collectors, promoting you to collectors. They are worth the commission that we give them as artists, which is generally 50%. I'm not going to sell my work at an open studios for 50% less than the gallery is selling it for, because why would somebody spend their money in a gallery when they can come to my studio and get the big discount price? It's the same in my pocket, but it's doing the gallery a disservice. So keep your pricing consistent across the board. Please do that. Another thing about the formula, length times width times dollar amount. It does not work for very small pieces, and it does not work for very large pieces. For the smaller pieces, you're going to have to charge a bit more. For the larger pieces, you're going to have to charge a bit less. So you got to sort of figure out where that cutoff point is for you, because to me, say a 4-foot by 5-foot painting is not a large painting. That would be a medium painting. Maybe if I get up into, 5 by 7, 6 by 7, those are a little larger, and I'm probably going to lower that dollar factor that I'm multiplying by. These 10 by 10s are a little small, and I'm probably going to increase that dollar factor because of their size. Also, in this case, because of their frame. And I know what I'm spending on these is a lot more than what I would spend on a student grade panel, which, I can get these dime a dozen. This isn't anywhere near the quality of these. And this one, as a matter of fact, is so thin. I wish I could show you when I hold it up. I can see the light shining through this very thin panel. So when I get into really fine substrates. I may add the cost of the substrate, or I may add the cost of the frame. There is a little wiggle room. There's always a bit of a wiggle room. So anyway, that's my quick and dirty pricing guide for you. I have my work cut out for me with my beautiful 12 panels. I'm going to take the edges. I'm going to put gloss medium on the surface, and I'll be ready to go. I haven't decided if I'm going to do mixed media or cold wax, or half in mixed media and half in cold wax. We'll see how it goes. All right. Have a great time in your studio. Practice makes perfect. Rome wasn't built in a day, as you know. Enjoy the journey. It is about the journey. Okay? Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Very, very important.